Jacob is back at it here to give everyone another Breaking Bad Season 5 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Breaking Bad, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which, of course, I'll say as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case, you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further, just to stay away from any potential spoilers. This is going to be Breaking Bad Season 5, Episode 11. Title of this episode is called Confessions. This is going to be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So, at a diner, Todd recalls how he helped steal methamphetamine from the train to his Uncle Jack and Jack's henchman, Kenny, neglecting to mention the boy that he had murdered afterwards. Now, agreeing to let Todd cook meth on his own, Jack and Kenny drive back to New Mexico. Meanwhile, Hank tells Jesse that he knows Walt is Heisenberg, but Jesse refuses to cooperate and is released after Saul shows up. And then later, Walter Jr. informs his father that Marie has asked him to help her repair her computer and invited him over to stay for dinner. And then what Walt does is he decides to manipulate Walter Jr. into staying home by confessing that his cancer has returned, unfortunately. Now, Walt and Skyler invite Hank and Marie to a restaurant. The Whites try to convince the Schraders to keep their children out of the situation, but the Schraders refuse to comply. Marie even says that Walt should kill himself to end it all. And as the Whites leave, Walt gives his in-laws a DVD of his confession. Playing it at home, Hank and Marie discover it really is a form of blackmail, accusing Hank of being the mastermind of the Heisenberg Empire and forcing Walt to cook meth for him. A stunned Hank then learns that his surgery and physical therapy were paid for at Walt's expense from Marie's unwitting receipt of his drug money, which Skyler had claimed were gambling winnings. This lends credence to Walt's story and torpedoes Hank's credibility on that. Walt meets with Jesse in the desert and tells him that Saul can contact somebody that specializes in creating new identities. He advises Jesse to start over and have a better life. Jesse reacts angrily, asking Walt to stop trying to manipulate him and saying, "You're acting like me leaving town is all about me and turning over a new leaf, but it's really about you. You need me gone. Just say so. Just ask me for a favor." In response, Walt simply embraces Jesse, hugs him, and then Jesse cries in his arms. Jesse then agrees to leave, but while packing to do so, Saul scolds him for possessing marijuana for the journey. Saul then makes arrangements for Jesse's departure from Albuquerque. He has Huell take Jesse's marijuana without his knowledge. While Jesse is waiting for the van that will relocate him, he notices the pot is gone and suddenly realizes that Huell must have pickpocketed as well as the ricin cigarette that he previously believed Gus used to poison Brock. So Jesse returns to Saul's office and physically attacks him. He was on something because he had crazy eyes and everything, and he even holds Saul at gunpoint and demands to know about his role in Brock's poisoning. And then Saul, unfortunately, admits his involvement in the plot, but insists he had no idea what Walt's intentions were. And then as Jesse leaves, Saul calls Walt, who returns in a hurry to the car wash and gives Skyler some stupid story about, the soda machine was latching. I'm gonna go fix it. And then goes over there and retrieves a hidden revolver from the soda machine. And then we see that an enraged Jesse breaks down the door to Walt and Skyler's house, and he begins to pour gasoline all over the floor, and that's how the episode ends. So, pretty crazy developments. Jesse connected all the dots and figured out that Walt was indeed the one, or the person behind Brock's poisoning, and not Gus, as we knew already. And he's off the wagon right now, that's for sure. He is flipping out for the most part. So pretty crazy developments, though. I like the stuff with Walt basically blaming the whole meth empire on Hank, or blackmailing him with that whole Heisenberg thing. That was good. We got a little bit of Jack, Todd, and the other guy at the beginning of the episode. Would have thought Todd would have been more of a focus with him being like the beginning of the episode, but he wasn't necessarily. So, all in all, pretty good stuff. As far as the score of this episode, I'm going to give it a 9.3 out of 10. Again, really liked it. The second half of Breaking Bad, this last season actually, is really, really awesome. And I love season 4, especially Face Off. Fucking love that episode. So I'm going to give Jesse the character of the episode because he was really brilliant in this one. A little crazy, but brilliant as well. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. I already know that you like Breaking Bad, especially if you've listened or watched this whole review. So make sure you smash that like button. Always want double-digit likes on every goal. Or wait, let me rephrase that. Always want double-digit likes on every video. That's the goal. Share the video with anybody that you know that likes Breaking Bad. Sound off in the comment section about your thoughts on the episode. What would you score this episode? Who was your favorite character or favorite standout character in this episode? And what would be your favorite moment or anything Breaking Bad related? And last but certainly not least, definitely want to grow this channel. So don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.